That reminds me of a quote. People may forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. So we move on to my favorite impromptu competition. As usual, my dear Miltonians, I would be calling upon the competitors. As I call their name, the competitors will again lose their hosh and come running with Josh to occupy the seats in the order called in the competitors' gallery. And what we all do brilliantly, celebrate! From the Mumbai chapter, Miltonian Lakshman M. From the Pune chapter, Miltonian Amit Chordia. From the Bangalore chapter, Miltonian Guna Shekhar. From the Chennai chapter, Miltonian Sridhar Sampath. From the Kolkata chapter, Miltonian Harini Das. From the Middle East chapter, Miltonian Karthik Arumugam. From the Mumbai chapter, Miltonian Rajan Gaonkar. From the Pune chapter, Miltonian Aditi Sancheti. From the Bangalore chapter, Miltonian Ashok. From the Chennai chapter, Miltonian Deepak. From the Calcutta chapter, Miltonian Kripa Agarwal. From the Chennai chapter, Miltonian Vijay Barni. I would now like to call upon the judges. When I call your name, I request you to please occupy the seats at the judges' table. Miltonian Abhay Mishra. Miltonian KMPS Nagpal. Miltonian Sham Lata. The timekeeper for the competition is Miltonian Pritesh. The judging criteria for the competition is as follows. Confidence and flow, 10 points. Spontaneity and honesty, 10 points. Enthusiasm and reliving, 10 points. Technical, begin with that reminds me of the talk, relevant to the topic, 10 points. Each timing, 120 seconds, 10 points. Each competitor will have 120 seconds to finish their talk. At the 100th second, a warning bell will be given like this. And the final bell at the 120th second will be like this. The topics from the impromptu are kept on the table. The first contestant will pick up the topic and get 20 seconds to think. You will then come up on the dais, announce the name of your chapter and your topic. Your timing starts when you start your talk. When the first contestant gets the warning bell, the second contestant will pick up their topic, and that will be your 20 seconds think time. And this is how we go on. All clear? Yes. Competitors ready? Yes. Judges ready? Yes. Timekeeper ready? Yes. Calling upon the first competitor from the Mumbai chapter, Miltonian Lakshman M.
My name is Amit Chordia. I am from Pune chapter and my topic is child's birth. That reminds me of the time, July 2019, when Supriya was about to deliver. But few days back, doctor had told, we will have to do a cesarean because the water is getting less in the area. Friends, it was the first time of a fatherhood. I was scared. My mother and father consoled me. Dad, this is normal nowadays. It's okay. They asked me, you can decide a date and let me know what date we can do the Caesar. And I reminded myself, 24th July is my chairman's birthday, his Nana's birthday. Exactly 50 years difference. I said, this can be the best date we can do the cesarean. We planned for that date. Early morning, 8 o'clock, she was being admitted to the hospital. The moment we entered the hospital, it shivered. Even Supriya was nervous. Supriya's mom-dad arrived in the hospital along with my mom-dad. Supriya's brother, Shantanu, consoled me, saying, "Kuch nahi hoga yaar, kar le. Baith ja, mast." I was shant, sitting outside the operation theatre. And the doctor came outside and said, "Come on, guys. You, Amit Choria, has become a father of a child. A boy. Congratulations." And I was on my 9th or 7th or 10th moon or cloud that day. Amazing feeling. But he said, the child is only 2.3 kgs and you need to take care for at least first 2 months. The moment I took my child in hand, tears rolled down my eyes. And that day, I could feel what my father would have felt when I was born. Every father would have thought. Thank you.
I am Gunashekar. I am from the Bengaluru chapter, and my topic is Himalayas. And that reminds me of the time in the year 1981 when all the engineering students, we went on an all-India trip. That day, we were in Kashmir. Kashmir was not so violent those days. They were beautiful people, moving around as free as possible, and they used to love every tourist that used to come there. And since we were young boys from the south, these guys had a funny name. Oh, ye Madrasi hai. Friends, that was one of the most memorable trips I had gone there. Because all my life, I used to see snow only in the television or on the pictures or on some photographs that I've seen. But that day, I was staring face to face the lovely Himalayas that inspired so many of our sages and enlightened mystics. I stood there looking at it as if I was mesmerized, as if I was enchanted. My friend Arvind was asking, "Hey Guna, what are you looking at? You know, that is just a mountain, yaar. That just was so beautiful." No? I told Arvind, that's not a mountain. That is the peak of human civilization. That is the peak of human being. And right now, I am standing in front of it. And one day, I must be on it. Wow, what a wonderful feeling it was. There was something about the warmth that was coming out of me. I was feeling so alive looking at the snow-clad mountains. And the snow used to, the splendor, the coruscate in the sunlight. You know, my eyes were hurting, but still I was looking at it with so much avidity. And even till today, when I look at those bright lights beaming onto me, I remember that wonderful spectacle that I saw in 1981 when I was standing in front of the Himalayan mountain. Thank you.
I am Sridhar Sampath from the Chennai chapter, and my topic is shoes. That reminds me of the time in the year 1999, I had gone on my second overseas trip ever. That was to Denmark. I was working in a Danish investment fund, so I'd gone to my head office to do some work there for 3 weeks. So I had 2 weekends. I had some nice trips planned. Some of my colleagues invited me to their homes. Some of them told me some nice places to visit. I had carried with me a nice pair of shoes that I wore in the trip. This was Guy Tonde shoes, nice patent leather shoes. In my earliest visits abroad, I wasn't very knowledgeable. I thought I can use these shoes everywhere. On a Saturday, I wore these nice shoes, went out to a very big forest just outside Copenhagen. I started walking. The forest was really beautiful. There were a lot of trees. It was like hundreds of acres. I was enjoying the scenery, but I was walking and walking. The shoes started hurting because these were very hard-soled shoes, not at all suitable for long walks. They are suitable in a boardroom or in a formal occasion, but they were not at all suitable for a casual walk. I realized, to my consternation, too late, in a faraway country, that I should have packed sports shoes. I kept walking, and every step became an ordeal. After some time, my shoes started biting. I sat down, and then I asked someone, "Where is the exit?" He said, "Oh, it's that direction." I asked him, "How far is it?" He said, "Must be about 4 kilometers. Oh my God! The thought of walking 4 kilometers to the exit was too much, but I had to do it. Friends, that pair of shoes hurt me like mad, and by the time I exited, I was in a bad shape.
Hi, I'm Harini from the Kolkata chapter, and my topic is boat. That reminds me of the time 2 years ago on a November afternoon. Me and my husband, while traveling to Andamans, had gone slightly insane and signed up for scuba diving. Without an iota of any knowledge of swimming, I was a nervous wreck. The instructor kept assuring me, "You'll be fine, you'll be fine." But I knew I was going to sink to the bottom of the ocean like a rock. I was not Ramji's Pathar. I was not going to float. I was definitely going down. And then the voyage started on this boat. It was choppy waters. And for the first time, I was experiencing nervousness, seasickness, and a life-threatening adventure. Once the boat was in the middle of the ocean, they started putting on all the equipments, which felt 1,000 kgs. Then I was 100% assured I should call my mother and say my goodbyes. "See you, and sorry for everything." And then I saw my husband jovially jumping into the ocean. Oh my God, he is gone. I can't see him. And then the boy who was going to take me inside, the co-diver, was standing and encouraging me, "You just need to take one step from the boat." But for me, the boat was life, the water was death. I was shivering, going bluer than the ocean. And then, after 10 minutes of encouraging me, they decided this lady is not going in. They pushed me. And I was, believe me or not, having tears, and they could see the tears in the ocean. They showed me like this. I said, "No, pull me up, pull me up." And he said, "Calm down, start breathing."
My name is Karthik Arumugam, and I'm from Middle East chapter. And my topic is waterfall. That reminds me of the time, 15th August this year, just few months back. Me and my family, my wife Neeraja, my son Pranav, my daughter Aditi, 3 years old, Pranav 9 years old. We took a flight to the beautiful Austria. Guess what? I landed up in Hallstatt. If you have been to Austria, I'm sure you can recollect this memory. Hallstatt is UNESCO recognized village, lake village. And it's amazingly beautiful. And we were just before the fall season. And around 5 p.m., we just arrived in the Hallstatt. And it's a beautiful lakeside village. And a lot of tourists are there. And then me and my family parked the car. And we were rushing to go to the boats. Because that's a beautiful area that you can do boating. And another beautiful thing is the waterfall around the boarding area. 360 degree you can cover the waterfalls. And literally, we just jumped on the boat, and to our luck, it was an electric boat. You don't have to do a lot of skills. Luckily, it was fully geared, and my son, my family, everybody got the jackets, red jackets, booted, we went in. And interestingly, the ride was about 1.5 hours. And we were moving around, and the waterfall was flowing like beautiful snow, and from around 300 feet up. And we were navigating the waterfall, and my daughter wanted to take a control of the boat. She just jumped into the waterfall, and we were drenched, literally drenched. And imagine 6 o'clock in the evening in Austria, and just before the winter, the weather was really cold. We were chilled, we were freezing. And she wanted to go on full on. She wanted to continue. And thank you for taking this memory back to my Austria trip. And I will definitely go back again. Thank you.
I am Rajan Gaukar from the Mumbai chapter, and my topic is fight. F-I-G-H-T, fight. That reminds me of the time in November 2024. Our society meeting was going on. I was one of the core committee members there. The meeting was progressing, and suddenly there was a topic which came up, which was a little where people were disagreeing. I was also on one side, and some people were on the other side. Suddenly, an altercation happened between me and the president of another society. It began in a very slow voice, but slowly and steadily, both of us started arguing with each other. He started calling me names, and I, instead of kind of being calm and relaxed, I started reacting to what he was saying. Steadily and slowly, the argument went into such a way that he actually started coming to hit me. But I was not willing to back off. My friends tried to pull me back, but he was not willing to give up. I said, I'll not go out of the room. My friends advised me, Rajan, this is not the right time to show your courage. Please go out of the room. He has lost his balance. But I said, if I go out of the room, I'll look like a coward. I stayed there. I said, I'll also fight. If he says that he'll do something, I'll also do something. But that altercation was really, really bad. After some time, I realized I was not doing the right thing. I went out of that entire meeting, and my friend consoled me, Rajan, wait, relax, cool down, calm down, and then come back for the meeting. I said, fine. I went out of the meeting, but I said, I'll not go back. I'll not go back for the meeting because otherwise, again, it will restart. Then I went home and I introspected. What is the thing that I had done? Whether I had done the right thing or the wrong thing. I thought I had also lost my balance. I should have maintained my cool. I should have remained calm and composed instead of getting into a heated argument. That would have helped to save us many relationships. Also, it would have kept the cordial atmosphere. Thank you.
My name is Miltonian Aditi Sethia from the Pune chapter, and my topic is dance. That reminds me of the time when I was courting my husband, and it was just 2 months left for our wedding. As being a passionate dancer and having this love for dance, I ensured that I would teach him something and I would make sure that he danced too. He was someone who could not even take a step. He consoled me and he tried to put in all his efforts to just make me understand that let's not do this. And I kept blackmailing him time and again, and I kept telling him that we'll do this, we'll go to places, whatever you say, I will study harder. So for that reason, he agreed. And then every day after our clinic timings, we came together and we practiced. As we practiced, we went around our clinic, and we fell down so many times that he hurt his knee. But I was adamant and I wanted to make him dance, so I told him to take rest for just 2 hours and then we can do it again. So for around 45 days straight, we were dancing our hearts out in our clinic, and I remember the entire scene. To help him encourage, I got my sister in, and I told her to just whisper to him that he's doing better than me. That gave him another push. And then we both started doing the choreography. We choreographed our own dance, and then on the Sangeet day, we did it. We enjoyed twirling around. We enjoyed dancing to the music. And I was more than happy because he was dancing his heart out. So friends, every time I think about dance, I remember my Sangeet. And I always feel that if I get a chance, I will blackmail him again to do a dance with me. For whenever I get a chance, it is a pleasure to dance with him and to get him on his toes and get him all around me, twirling and dancing so that we can spend the most precious time of our lives. Thank you.
Hi, I am Ashok from Bangalore chapter, and my topic is drink. That reminds me of the time, the Friendship 18 convention. During that time, I was a non-alcoholic. But the stress what we had taken to build, to happen that Friendship 18 had made me already high. On that day, as I was the in charge of FAT committee, I headed that particular committee, so I had complete authority of the entire drinks and food. And the bearers there were calling me, "Sir, please come, have a drink. Please come, have a drink." And I went on to have multiple drinks. For the first time, I enjoyed the whiskey, the gin, whatnot. I still remember because I was authority. I went on stage. I took the mic, overrided the DJ there, and I keep announcing that, "Gaurav Begwani, your flight is at 2:30. Better go and sleep now." I went on having complete fun on there. Again went down, asked Chaitanya, "Come on, let's have a drink." We had multiple drinks. I was completely out of my mind. I still remember that particular day when Chaitanya's wife was conceived, still of complete almost 8 months pregnant. I went, spoke to the child, holding a belly. "Archana, for sure, this is going to be a baby boy. I'm going to make sure like he is going to be a baby boy. I'll be his mama. I'll hold him on my shoulder and enjoy. I'll take him around." But unfortunately, the first child was a girl. But second child was a boy for sure. And that day, still midnight, till 12 o'clock, even though the police people came there and will stop the particular party, I went on drinking and made sure each and every Miltonian will drink free, enjoy the party completely and have fun. Even today when I meet people say, "Friendship 18 was so good and we shall surely have this convention in Bangalore next time and make a blast."
My name is Deepak. I'm from the Chennai chapter, and my topic today is rains. R-A-I-N-S, rains. That reminds me of the time. It was the year 2010. I was supposed to write my 10th standard board exams. And as you all know, board exams are very important, especially coming from South India, and when you have a mother, which is Vijay Lakshmi Bharani. She was behind me every day saying, "Deepak, you need to study." And she threw me into one of the most difficult tuition centers I could ever find in KK Nagar, which is supposedly where all education institutions were. Every day I used to wake up, study, write exams, study, write exams. It so happened that year we had an amazing monsoon season. So amazing that we could not even get out of our house. And I had decided, this is my chance. I am going to teach her how much of a studious person I am. I told her, I don't care if it is raining. We are going to the tuition center. We will write the exam and you will see what score I will get. She said, "Are you sure? It's really raining." I said, No, we'll go. Both of us, being the adventurous people, we decided to go when it was not raining in our very amazing Activa, not even a car. We took the Activa, we were going. It was not raining, and suddenly we had just crossed 2 streets. It started pouring. it started pouring and it never ever stopped for the next 2 hours. We stood there waiting for it to stop. It subsided. We continued with the journey. I went, I wrote the exam. I came back and we were still stuck. But this time we were not stuck anywhere near a shop, but rather on the bike. We went from KK Nagar to Keelpok in a bike, torrential rain hitting us every angle possible. It was not just the rain that hit me that day, it was also my mother. While driving, she hit me so much, and that is the best rain experience I ever had.
Yeah, good evening, friends. I am Kripa Agarwal from the Kolkata chapter, and my topic today is help. H-E-L-P, help. That reminds me of the time 4 months back when I was in Canada with my children. I had gone to Canada to spend time with my children, and my daughter-in-law was expecting a baby. So I remember that afternoon, my son and daughter-in-law, this Tia, she had gone to pick up her elder daughter from the daycare. And I was expecting them just to be home in just in half an hour. Suddenly, there was a phone call, and my daughter-in-law rang me up. Tia said, Mama, we've had an accident, help. I was scared. I said, you have your own car. You are in a car, so what's the problem? Well, Mama, a sports car has hit us from behind. And that lady who has hit the car, she's a very old lady, 82-year-old lady. She's just banged the car, and we are at a stress. And the little one, the 4-year-old daughter she had picked up from daycare, she's crying her heart out, Mama, what to do? So I just informed the police department in Canada. They are very good. So they informed the police came immediately. And they are so good, they informed the hospital, the ambulance, because Tia was 9 months pregnant. So immediately the police car came, the ambulance car came, and all sorts of help arrived from all quarters to help them out. Soon the paperwork was done. They sent the little one to her friend's place because the child was very hungry. She needed some snacks and food to eat. And then after half an hour, Tia called me, Mama, things are sorted. But it'll take time for us to come back home. Please get some food and some snacks ready. We are terribly hungry. And the little one inside is just jumping on my belly. Mama, we need help. So prepare our snacks. We are just about to reach home in 15 minutes. Quickly, I prepared poha and some snacks for my pregnant daughter-in-law. And soon, in no time, I heard the car arrive. I just, thank God, I was full of gratitude. Thank you.
My name is Vijay Bharani. I am from the Chennai chapter, and my topic is donation. That reminds me of the time on 27th of December 2025. There was a session happening here, a video was being shown, and it was all about charity, how people were helping the society. My son was watching this very intensely. You may think it is self-dabba about son about mother and mother about son, but it is not that. It really happened there. He was watching so intensely, and this is one kid who would love donating. Suddenly he would come and say, Mommy, I'm going to give $100 to someone. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But then he was so impressed with what was happening in the chapter here. And then he told me, Mommy, next year I want to do some big donation. I said, what is it? He said, I want to donate some 1.5 lakhs to the first person, Hariharan, who was donating some work, some charity in that village. I said, how much are you going to do? He said, 1.5 lakhs. You can't stop me doing that. I said, I'm not stopping you, but when are you going to do? He said, immediately. I said, no, keep a target. We will donate every convention a sponsorship. And you keep a target that every time, every year, you get some incentive, that is the time you're going to donate. That should be the discipline. And also, I saw this as a blessing in disguise because he keeps on eating outside. He eats everything, everywhere, whatever he sees, and spends a lot of money. He doesn't have any other bad habits except eating. And it is so much that, I panic. What will happen to his tummy? He will vomit, still he will eat. So I said, let's come to a decision. I will cook at home and you will not eat outside. We will raise funds. We will happily give it to charity. And now he has committed 1.5 lakhs in the month of March where he will get his incentive. And every year, I'm sure it will happen. I also said, we will donate a house. He said, what, a house? I said, no, you will earn so much that this donation will become a pittance. I said, yeah, that is possible.
What a roller coaster ride it was. Right from celebration in pain to a father experiencing childbirth, to the awesome Himalayas, to shoes that bite, to a scary boat ride, and a Middle Eastern guy describing waterfall, to a society member who experienced a fight, next time pound him, to a dance partner. I thought wives always make us dance. And the convention drink, they are always intoxicating, rains, and help arriving at the right time. And donation, we need many people like that. Thank you, Miltonians. Let us send back the competitors, judges, and the timekeeper with a huge round of applause.